And we are on. Hello, welcome. We are back more than once a year because that was the last time we did it. Other than last month, we did a recording November of last year. So we actually did. This is the second one in what?
2025.
The second one in
2025.
2025.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did the first one in a year last month. So welcome back to the Absolute Zero podcast. All right, I am the Learning Tree, aka right, the Great Muda. And we
Hello.
have who else? We got our co-host, my brother, tag team partner. Go ahead.
Unqualified gamer.
And you got Righteous Dad.
And Righteous Dad, and we actually have a very good special guest, all the way down from
North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Kakalaki.
North Carolina.
Yeah, North Carolina in the house.
All right. So we're gonna we haven't came up with a good
A
name.
name for her yet. We got to come up with a good name for her.
But for right now, because I'm feeling the North Carolina vibe with Auntie Sue.
There you go.
Auntie
There's
Sue.
that.
There we go.
Yes.
that North Carolina Southern hospitality vibe. Auntie Sue.
Yes.
Welcome to the room. Welcome to the room.
Thank you. Good to be on.
So today we have we got some stuff to cover because it's been a pretty interesting few months, I guess, something like that. I know everybody's had Christmas and the holiday season and everything's good, but there's been some stuff going on with the news. Trump in Nigeria.
Oh,
Yeah, what's going on with that? Right?
It's a
And
lot. Yeah.
It's a lot. And then, like I said, I was looking at something today. The average new car payment has just went up.
and
Yes.
and pretty soon the insurance is going to go. Yeah, health insurance is going up.
Yeah.
Oh yes, it sure
Yeah.
is.
All of that. So like I said, we have a few things to talk about, but like I said, we'll get started on a few things like that. Speaking on the thing with Trump, and I'm not sure what's going on with that between that and Nigeria, but there's a lot of other things going on with him. With a lot of things, he tore down the East Wing.
Yes.
Oh, I know. Yes.
And building
Like you
a
said, it's a whole.
ballroom.
It's a lot of
Yeah.
stuff going on with that. There's a lot.
Tore down the East Wing. What's the awards that just
What
happened? What's the awards? Kennedy Awards.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
It,
Yeah, Trump in the Kennedy Awards. Like I said, he what?
If-
I think he. What? Some people canceled their gig. They canceled.
Yeah.
They canceled on them. Things like that. A lot of people declined actually due to what they call scheduling conflicts.
and that's gonna continue to happen too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's gonna continue.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Things are-
I agree with that. I agree with that. But like I said, just moving forward, do you think like do you think are we witnessing like the just the start of it? You know, like with Trump and this administration thing and all of that stuff. Like it's he's only been in office for a year.
And I know, yeah.
But it feels like, with all the damage that's been done already, it feels like he's been in office for three
from
already.
Yeah, from his first event.
What, his first term?
Yes, first term. This is just a continuation, but it's much worse than what it was back then.
It's much worse, and
yeah.
I think it's
Yeah, and it's just
Probably-
a continuation of it. That's what were you going to say?
no. I was gonna say yes. It's continue. It's gonna continue still. I mean, things are just really looks bad. It's really, really bad
Yeah.
right now. And one thing we do have to worry about is keep jumping in these countries' business here and trying to get a war started.
Well, the thing is that this man knows nothing about foreign policy at all.
He
Nothing.
don't, no,
Nothing at all.
no,
And he's
no.
to him is just he think it makes him look important, but the thing of it is he don't know the dynamics of what he is doing. And the thing is that a lot of the times of what's going to happen is that he's putting his foot in, he's putting this country into a bad situation.
He is.
Yeah, especially with the situation over in like over in with Russia and these things like this. That is too much.
It is.
That is too much. That is too much. And when I served in the military, when I was in the army and everything, and I know what it's like to be over there. And the thing of it is, and how close these people are to these fascist type of things that goes on over there.
Yeah.
And see, and this man is just playing footsie, with these, with the policies there. And the thing of it is, yes, I hate to say it this way, but the thing of it is, if anything of it, man, Russia is a bad thing to deal with. Always have been and always will be.
Sure will.
Yeah.
That's right. It sure is.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
It sure is.
Yeah. So.
And
Yeah. So what do you think? Yeah, Unqualified.
So, like it's
keep
good.
talking, brother. Keep talking.
Yeah, no,
I'm
go ahead.
sorry. I was like.
Yes. You got to pay attention.
I know. I gotta pay attention. I was.
Yeah, go ahead.
That was. I wasn't even paying attention.
No, I'm just
I know
waiting.
you wasn't
Listening
paying
to wait.
attention.
Call me on the spot, man.
Supposed to be paying attention to what we're
Exactly.
talking
See,
about.
unqualified gamers not even paying attention. Not even paying attention. How about that? But anyway, like you said, but what do you think with in regards to more? Because it seems like now we're getting into more when MAGA and all the rest of them when they make the term "Make America Great Again." To me it sounds like they're trying to attack civil rights.
Oh yeah.
And things like
It
that.
is. It is because I feel like with that and what a whole lot of the people seems to think, talking about making America great again, for some of them, they seem to think it's like for them to be great is to put us way back from where it used to be. And
Say it again.
well, just like like we used to have, everything used to be divided.
Yes.
Okay.
Everything used to be divided. One set on one side and another set on another side.
But the thing about that, and I've talked to some people and about that. And yes, we experienced these things sitting on one side of the counter and all this other stuff. Everything was separated. But the thing about it is that we as black people, even during that time, we didn't suffer like that. Like we are now.
I know it.
And even though you had those things, the only thing that I would say that I would like about being separate from them is that if we had the equality.
Yeah.
If we had this, if everybody got the same thing, I would love it to be that way. I don't want to have nothing to do with them.
I know it. But It won't be like that. It's not the way they're trying to get it back, but it's not going. Still, I feel like
No.
Okay.
it can't happen.
Okay. All right. Yeah, because like you said, he's thinking about trying to roll back and decimate, like you said,
Yes,
the civil
trying to
rights
roll
roll
That's
back
right.
and decimate some of the acts
Right.
that was created in the
Yes.
1964 Civil Rights Act. And
Yeah, but you see, they're trying to eliminate a whole lot of our culture is trying to get rid of everything. Was like saying like February being Black History Month. Everything they wants to try to get rid of stuff like that.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's history. They trying to, in other words, they're trying to get rid of his history.
Well, and you're talking about history. You're bringing up the thing about history. Even like you remember when we were going down south, when we were going to school down south, and they had Virginia history. You remember that?
Yes,
Yeah. At that
Sure
time,
did.
we even knew it was a lie.
all right, so just like I said, this is an education thing. So please, like I said, this is why we want you guys on here. So please
Yeah.
educate us on what Virginia history is, because
Now, they used to teach us that the master was good, and the master was for the you do what the master tell you to do, and he'll take care of you.
Yeah.
wow. So that was actually
I mean, that's all of it. If you want it in a nutshell, that's
Yeah.
the way it was.
Basically what it is.
okay.
Wow. So wait, so Virginia history, is that because like I have like so I got a few friends that that I play games with and stuff like that, and they live in Texas, and there was one of the questions I asked, about like the education system that's in Texas, and one of their things is Texas history. And I'm wondering if that's sort of like correlated because I know like in Pennsylvania. You didn't have
Pennsylvania history. Yeah.
Like it'll just like they might include like little things about Pennsylvania that's like in our history class, but there was no separate course that said Pennsylvania history. So I find that interesting how, like I said, Virginia being the southern state, and also Texas being the
Well,
southern state.
the greatest man, I think that in when I was going to school in Virginia history was that George Washington was the greatest man of Virginia. That everything that he did and everything was righteous. Everything he did was righteous, and everything that they did was righteous.
That's right. Yeah.
I never forget the time. Just like I was saying, I remember sis. You remember Alberta, our cousin.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. She taught me, and I never. We were getting ready to go on a field trip to Williamsburg. We were going to Williamsburg, Richmond, and I think it was a Yorktown. We all were going on there on an excursion, about Virginia history.
Yes.
And she was kind of perplexed about going on this trip because she said it's a lie. And I never could understand the reason why she would do, but we end up going there because of the fact that the Martinsville School Board was the one that said that we were supposed to go on that field trip.
Really, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I remember though when y'all was they set up for that trip. Yeah.
Yeah. And she was the one that she was the first. I never could understand the reason why she said it, but now I do. Because she was even saying it then that the whole thing was a lie. It wasn't like that. When we went there, man, everything they had the slaves out there working and everything. They supposed to be, like when you went to go to Williamsburg now, they have these people that enact things.
Yeah, the
reenactment things and stuff like that.
Yeah. Right.
But they had people out there working, and that was during the time, we were we were all in during that time, we went there, and the next thing you see people out there was working in the fields just like they were. They say, "Oh, well, they are slaves," and this and that, and how the master used to take care of them, and all this.
Yes,
That's what they would teach us, is saying that slavery was good.
Wow.
Now we knew better.
Yeah.
We knew better,
Yeah.
but we couldn't say that we knew that.
We couldn't, no.
And you see,
Right.
it's interesting that you say that because it's like I feel like I said back then they could get away with it because of course you had relatives that experienced it that could tell to pass down the stories. But if that's stuff that's gonna happen today, it's more dangerous happening today because there's not a lot of people that know their own history.
Absolutely.
And
I
like,
know it, and it is more dangerous today. It is than what it was then.
And I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like I used to, because like I said, since I know my history, thanks to my family, you guys, I've always thought of like Black History Month to kind of be like, is it really for me? Because the only thing they talk about is just Dr. King, and they leave it off like that. But actually realizing, seeing even my own people, not like they really don't know their own history, and it's not
They
even
don't.
that far.
They don't.
It is not even that far. The fact that you have people online currently, rather somebody using AI or somebody that's real, and they talk down about our ancestors.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
Dr. King
exactly.
wasn't
Yeah.
this, and don't listen to that. And
Yeah.
it's blasphemous because you sit there and go, what other race of people talk about their champions, their ancestors in that way,
Their heroes,
regardless
yeah.
of what they have done?
Right.
Well, one of the worst historical movies ever created was the Harriet Tubman movie that came out a few years ago.
Okay.
Yes.
Explain.
That was one of the worst.
That was
Yeah.
the worst.
Well, it was historically inaccurate.
Yes.
It was
Yes,
historically
yes.
inaccurate.
Well, you know it was, yeah.
They
won't-
created a fictional character in the film
Yeah.
Yes.
that
And so, it didn't happen. I mean, it just all
yeah
won't like what they portrayed
It
to
wasn't
be
like
like.
what they were. And see, one thing about it is even in during that day and time, even if they got away and let's say if they because I think this was happening in Maryland, and they went to Philadelphia anyway, it was just as bad.
Mhm.
Then
Yeah.
I think it was after. I think it was when I had the project that we were working with PennDOT, and we were doing 676 Vine Street, and when they found the cemeteries and everything like this, and also we found where George Washington lived, and
yes.
then they had slaves that was in there, but it was in Philadelphia. And they had them locked up where people wouldn't see them.
Wow.
Well, honestly, just for historical purposes, that location that you're talking about is Fifth and Market.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And which is crazy because Trump is trying to take that away. Because like they have, because when you go down there,
Exactly.
they
That's
have-
what I'm saying. They're trying to take it all. Yes.
because they have monitors there. Because that's an open space. Like
Yeah.
it's an open space. You can go there at any point, any time. But they have monitors with videos playing talking about the slaves.
Yeah.
But Trump is trying to get rid of that.
Yes. He said that we should not be burdened with listening to things like that. No, the reason is because it's telling the truth.
Yes. Exactly. Exactly.
It's telling the truth of what has happened. And see, when I worked with PennDOT and we worked on that project, we found a lot of things. We found old Negro cemeteries that we didn't even know they had built over top of them. And here we were excavating, and all of a sudden, digging up bones.
Oh, wow.
And come to find out, they were Negro cemeteries, but they were not allowed to be buried in a cemetery. They were buried in their backyards. And see, and that now that they're building a highway through there, the thing of it is, we were digging up bones.
You're right. I'm sure that is right.
And they were black people.
Yes. Yes. Wow.
Well, see, you never heard anything about that. That why were they there? Because at that time, that section of Philadelphia was considered outland. It was. That's where all the slaves and everybody else, or not slaves, but freedmen live. On the outskirts.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and they had built over top of them.
I've heard that there have been cemeteries that's been built over.
Oh yeah.
They didn't remove.
You come to think about it, you remember when we lived down on Kohler Hill?
Yeah.
And you remember that old cemetery that was up at the top of the hill?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't believe I was old enough to remember all of it, but I do.
But you do. You have very good memory.
Yeah. Now
you have very good memories. A lot of stuff you come up with. And I remember that.
That old cemetery, it was an old slave cemetery.
Yeah, because you couldn't read nothing, like say there's still a little stone or something setting up, but won't know, everything just faded away from it all. But yeah.
I wonder if they still maintain that. I bet you it's all grown over now.
I bet you it is too. And I hadn't even thought about them, but been years.
Yeah.
Been years. Might have to go take a ride out through there one day. Got me curious now.
No, but it was an old. I know Mama used to always say that's a slave cemetery.
Yes, sure did.
Wow.
And then yeah. Now I'm thinking about that. I said, I bet you $5 that the place is all grown over there. You wouldn't even know if it was.
Well, yeah, they didn't develop. Yeah, they didn't.
No, because nobody's gonna look at them, take care of it, and people who probably did, it's been long gone.
Yeah, because that was old when we were there.
Sure was. Yeah.
Yeah, you have a lot of people that kind of fall back on these things.
There's something else during that time. I can say during that time also the things that would happen to us. The thing of it is that they have like water. When you get water or something like it, they'll bring water to a location you would have to go get water. You have to get buckets and things to get the water. You remember like that on Kohler Hill, we used to. Where the cars were turned in at. You remember?
We ever had that like a little circle driveway like that?
Right.
Yeah, we used to go over there and, like I said, get water and climb up to go back up the steps, go back up to the house. Yep.
But all you go in white neighborhoods, they had all water running inside the houses.
Wow.
Sure did. Just all in there, like you said, in the black neighborhood. That's where they put it back then. Is the colored part is it was like I said, we had to walk to get our water.
Wow.
I mean, like I said, it was speaking running water, but it wasn't in the house.
It wasn't in the house. You would have to sometimes about 100, maybe around. I say maybe if it's anything, sometimes it was maybe around about maybe 50 yards, 100 yards away.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
And the same thing when we moved down on Top Street. We thought we were getting there, but they carried us to the street, and that's it.
Well, we did have, like I said, the running water was on the front part. They had like speaking on the front part of the house, and it was one on the back at the back porch. But nevertheless, we still had to have our water buckets to go out there to get that.
The water.
He heat up everything, heat everything up, and we got to get ready to wash the dish and everything. You know, you have to put on the stove, warm your water up, and go ahead and do what you got to do.
Wow.
But yeah, won't like I said because we won't no running water on the inside.
But
Everything.
but the difference in that is that we never noticed it.
No, we didn't.
Never noticed it. Never noticed that we out there.
Actually, that's very interesting because it seems like you said, it sounds like there's always a pattern, especially with black people. There's a pattern of resilience. There's a pattern of resilience.
Yeah, something it was not something we never thought
Yeah, there's a
of.
pattern of resilience,
you know.
and that was actually a question that I had for you guys was actually like, when did you first realize you were living under segregation and these things, like back then? Like when did you actually realize it? Because like you said you didn't realize these things. So like could you, if you can recall, like when was the first time that you actually realized that you were like this really isn't how it's supposed to be?
I realized it. I'm gonna be honest with you now. I did not realize we were poor until I went to college.
And I was gonna say the same thing. I didn't realize it either.
Okay.
I didn't.
Never realized it until I went to college, and I saw how others were living in other places.
I never realized
see, you have
it.
to understand. You have to understand too that Virginia was the last state to desegregate the schools or anything.
Yes.
Okay.
It was the last.
The last state did.
Yeah, and the only reason why they did that, they threatened that they would cut them off from every penny that they get. You know, that's the only reason why they did what they did.
Yeah, because when they desegregated and everything, you know, that's when the school, they decided to go. You know, I think you was the first one that went to school, wasn't it? When they built a high school to send you all to.
Right.
Because, you know, out my school, you know, was all, you know, well, everything then is like I said, always said the whites here and the blacks there, so that's the way it was with us. But then, when did you start over there at the school when they built it?
That was in 68.
68. Okay, yeah, because I mean everything still then was, you know, like when you go to the bus station, everything was still segregated until they started coming around about that time.
Yeah. Now explain to them that tell them about the bus station and how it operated.
Well, like I said, that bus station, and we, you know, went in. You know, we're gonna wait to catch our bus, whichever way we were gonna go. But you went in. They had one side this says white only, and the other side says colored only. Now we could go. I mean, you could sit there. We had to sit. You can sit and look at each other, but one on the other side, and you had your water, your fountain. If you wanted to get water, white only, colored only. The bathrooms, white only, colored only. You absolutely couldn't go over to the white side for
That's
anything.
right.
And then we used to have to go if we went out to want to get something to eat somewhere. We couldn't go to the front to get anything. We had to go to the back doors. We had to go and stand at the back door and order and stand and wait for food. We couldn't go inside no restaurants.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we weren't allowed to go in no restaurants. So
yes, like I said, even during the time when I I think my first semester in school, I rode the bus, you know, the Greyhound, and we catch the Greyhound up, you know, uptown. I forget where, and even at that time, even though it was everything should have been desegregated by then. But the thing about it is that in some way, you still, when you got on that bus, you didn't sit after a certain part of that bus. You had to sit in the back.
Wow.
Yeah, because who's
Sure
going to
did.
enforce it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like
Yeah.
I said, the law
And-
might be set, but who's going to
And
enforce it?
and the
Yeah,
thing
it
about
sure
it is
did.
that like when the bus came into like a place, you know, where they having food and stuff like that. Now there are certain people who got off that bus. White folks could get off the bus and go inside and get something to eat, but you could get off the bus, but you wasn't going to get served.
That's
And you just got on there because every time, you remember when we ever went anywhere on the Greyhound or anything else, my mother always packed a box lunch,
sure did. Yes.
a box
Sure
dinner
did.
or something or another.
Yeah.
It was far much better than what they were eating out of those restaurants.
Yes. And even when if we went somewhere on car, she'd always pack us a big old lunch, just like a
Wow.
picnic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, you know, you, like I said, just couldn't go in these places, though.
Yes. So that actually gets into my next one, Auntie. Do you remember the Green Book? Do you remember the Green Book?
Yeah, I remember the Green Book. She might, she might not. It probably don't. Do you remember the places where black people could go at during that time?
Not really.
Yeah, they had a book called the Green Book. I remember Uncle Robert had one time.
Yeah,
And
no,
that's it,
I heard that one, yeah.
Yeah, and it called it the Green Book. And it only thing it had to tell you, if you're traveling on the road anywhere like that, it tells you what places would serve black people.
Yeah, it was safe to go.
It was safe to go.
Yeah, especially coming out of sundown towns.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, yeah, but no, I never heard of that one, yeah.
Yeah. Cola Hill was a sundown town. You remember?
Oh, down on that end should have been, I mean, you know.
Okay.
Down on Cola Hill. Well, it wasn't too much down on Cola Hill, though. Just, you know, like those few houses.
Yeah. But they were the worst.
Till you got way on down to the bottom, then that's what it said. That's what we had, the sandy beach.
The sandy beach, which wasn't the sandy, it wasn't a beach at all. Yeah.
Wow. So
But we were happy though, weren't we?
Oh, that's what I said. We never knew anything.
We did. We did. We were happy.
But I mean, maybe that was created too because of the fact, hey, look, we never knew anything.
We didn't. Sure didn't.
Know anything. We just went along. Yeah.
wow.
It's just like when we go. That's like it still makes me think about the time that when we went down to that fair down at Sandy Beach, and you won that plate.
Yeah.
And Mama got fussed you out. I said, "Why do you spend all this money just to win a plate for a quarter?"
Mm-hmm. But yeah, we pitching nickels trying to get it. But don't you know that Yeep and I, he cleared out he did it, and I told him I did it.
I'm gonna let you know. Yeepy was our brother. That's his nickname.
Okay.
His name was
Yeah,
Harry.
nickname, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, his real name was Harry. But I tell you, but we were dastardly. the three of us. Well, I don't know what happened to Wanda.
And if you
My
ask Wanda, she'll tell you she don't know what happened with either. But it was the three of us, though. Ray Wanda was just a little bit too young that Ray be going out with us.
Yeah.
But we were young. We were quite young ourselves.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but overall, you know, but things was pretty good. I like, you know, the thing is we would never known a lot of things, especially about when we went to Albert Harris. One of the things about I loved about going to Albert Harris is that the instructors there care about you personally.
They did. I know it. I love that too.
Yeah. And
They did.
yeah, it never. We used to get the white schools old books.
Wow.
Yeah,
They would
sure
get
did.
new books. We would get their old books.
Sure did.
Wow.
And
But
pass
when,
over the old ones.
but when they desegregated the schools and they built instead of us going to the white school, they built a whole new school to keep us from going to the white school.
Wow.
So they built the whole new school and then they put us all together.
Okay.
And they gave they tested all of us.
Oh.
And all the black kids scored higher than they did. Higher than they did.
Wow. With the old books.
With the old books.
Sure did.
The only draw, that's like I was saying, the only draw that was a difference in that whole thing was that Virginia history. It was a complete lie. But we didn't understand it at the time. We just had it was just part of our curriculum.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yes.
It was just a part of our curriculum.
Okay.
But the teachers knew.
Okay.
So they didn't. They taught us the real things.
Okay. Yeah.
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 They taught us the real things.
All right.
Now, when you read about Captain John Smith and all the things that he did, that's a lie. He didn't do any of this stuff. You know?
Okay.
But now when you take the test, you remember this.
Okay.
Remember this. This is what it is when you take the
When you
so
take the test. Yeah.
when you take the test, yeah, so you just take the test for the lie.
So you just had to repeat what was taught to you, wouldn't
You
it?
repeat what you talk to you, but you know the truth.
But at the same time, retaining the truth.
To tell you the truth.
And they
That's
and
yeah.
believe it or not, they didn't know anything different about it. So when we did go to then they put us all together and we had to test. And let me tell you that, yeah, I remember they gave us a test that was from California. I could never understand that. I don't know if you remember it or not, Sue. And that they used to test you from California standards. Now, how do we know anything about things going on in California?
I don't know. I don't think I can recall that either. But no, we weren't that far in advance. But like you said, anything far in California and stuff.
Yeah.
Still don't know that much about out there, do we?
No, I definitely don't know anything about it. But they are comparing black students to kids that was being taught in California.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like,
It don't make sense
Yeah.
to me. It never made sense to me, but it happened.
wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
See, but
interesting.
one thing I'm gonna have to say this, and I'll say this, and you can verify it, sis, if you can. My mother was a custodian in the school system,
Yes.
Okay.
and they were so ignorant and stupid they thought she could not read nor write,
She could read,
She
write,
could write
do everything.
Okay.
and only had an 8th grade education.
But she was smart.
Was
and
it
she
smart
She
as
could
it
teach you,
Yeah.
help you with everything. And back then, arithmetic, she knew it all.
She knew it
But
all.
they didn't know it.
And
Wow.
they didn't know it.
Wow.
And she
They
would
didn't know it.
She would see things and she would put people points. Yes, hey, this is going to happen. They're going to go and do this, and they go, how would they know this?
Yeah.
She sure would. She let them know. Yeah, but like I said, they didn't know that she actually, like I said, she could read, write, anything. But they didn't think she could.
Wow.
They thought because she's working, because they looked at her and they thought because she was working as a custodian,
Yeah.
that she don't have much education.
I know it.
She said, let
Exactly
them
what they
believe
know, but they
that.
didn't realize she was very smart.
Wow. Wow. So like you said, there's the age old saying, like you said, don't judge a book by its cover, right? So,
Hey,
There you go. That's right.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, that's interesting. That's interesting. But like you said, with all the things that's happening like you said, you're telling me about, which is great. Like you said, I think this is one of the things that's actually missing in Black culture today is just the beauty of storytelling, of telling the stories, which is actually, like I said, how the oration of history, real history, is passed down. And I think that's
Yes,
not happening enough today. But
it's not.
because we have such stories, beautiful stories of resilience and things like that. So, but when you look at today, and I'm going to talk about this because I talk to Wright's dad a lot over the week, and I get him riled up. So I'm going to get him riled up about this one. I'm going to rile him up a little bit. So what we talked about is the thing is with Trump, and we're relating this to biblical references. and all the things that's been happening, and like you said, if you look deeper, if you look into things, and if you know the history of certain things, you'll see it kind of repeating itself. And then you said it, Pop, is when you look into history and you see all these things that Trump is doing, and you see all the people that's behind him, like he's a king or a pharaoh, if you will.
Yeah.
And then you went into the whole thing is these things happening because they're quite necessarily maybe supposed to happen this way in order for the real light to shine at some point.
Absolutely.
And by us being so resilient, the magic, I always say the magic within Black people is our resilience and our ability to shape shift and change into things to survive.
Most,
Yeah.
I would say most of Black people, you know,
Yeah.
we were born to survive. We always living in the mode of survival.
Yeah.
Everything that we do is always in the mode to survive. You know, cause one thing about the African American Black people is that one thing is I feel that we're resilient enough to know to withstand a lot of things. We've gone through things a whole lot, and I talked to a Nigerian guy, and he was telling me about. He's trying to tell me about you know, the things in this country, and as far as racial divides. I said, well, and I was explaining to him, and I said, well, I said, for you it's different. And he said, how is it different? I said, it's different for you because of the fact you selected to come here. Our ancestors was brought on ships and chains and everything else. And boy, we had no choice. We didn't come here because we wanted to come here. We're not born here because we wanted to be born here. We were born here because we had to be born.
That's right. That's like I said, come over on the ship, they brought them over. And
Yeah, so I said, that's the difference. You had a choice. We don't have a
that's
choice.
right.
And I said, and that's what these society here in America, that's what they're afraid of. That's what makes us resilient. That's what makes us stand up, because of the fact of thinking, hey, listen, we built this country. They built this. They didn't build it. We built the country, but they built it off our back.
That's right, yeah.
And sister, and I have to say it this way. The thing is, like when you working in the way Dad and your mom and all them worked in factories and all this other stuff, and the things they had to do. Whose back did they do it off? They did it off of yours.
That's right, sure did. Yeah, because like I said, you know, me and Dad used to get up and go to the factory. I was in one, and he was in one next to it.
That was a form of slavery right there. Even though they're paying you, but they didn't pay you what you was worth.
No, that's what we always heard back then is that we still got paid less. If we've been doing the same job as the other, but the pay was not the same. They got paid more than what we would get.
Absolutely.
Oh wow.
Absolutely. And you was talking about, I just, the other thing too, now bring this up a little bit. It might be a little offset a little bit, but I'm gonna tell you about like the reason why a lot of the things that we used to do, like we used to buy cars from the junkyard, bring it, push it in the backyard, and put it on the tree, pull the engine, do everything. Larry and them used to do it, and we all did it. Because that was the only way that we could get a car.
Because they wouldn't.
And build your car.
You remember when T-Ty bought that I think it was a 59, that 59 Ford Fairlane?
I sure do.
The one that I knocked the brake off of it and went over the hill?
Sure did. It backed on out the driveway, went on over. Oh, Lord.
Yeah. But
sure did.
yeah, but
that was a convertible, too.
Right. But he did time behind that car. Mom told me that.
I didn't know that.
Yes, behind that, because he wasn't the white folks believed that he shouldn't have had that car.
God, it was nice.
That car was
sure was.
He wasn't supposed to have it, because you remember they came and picked it up with I think it was Mitchell Howell came and got that car.
Oh wow! So
Yeah.
he got arrested
Sure did.
for owning a car.
For owning the car.
Yeah, I wondered what had happened with that car.
That's the reason. That's the reason they took the car. The police department took the car because they said that he could. That's what Mama was telling me.
Wow.
Well, she knew. Yeah.
And she said that he did time, and he said so. Mama went up there, and I think, what was that judge? I mean, not judge, but that lawyer they used to always use. And he was the one that told him, said, well, he go over there on the. Now listen here, they had a prison farm. They had a prison farm that they grew.
Yeah. Sure was.
They put the black guys over there to work for nothing.
It's slavery.
Yeah.
It was slavery.
They did. They put them out there. That's what they said. I heard that they said to get out there and work in gardens, or they had to go out there on the side of the road and work and pick up stuff or do whatever.
Yeah.
They did. That's what it said. They had to get out there and work, but they didn't get paid for it.
Wow.
And
they had to pull time and did.
So when he did the time that now it's usually like if it's during the summer, it's during the time until after they have the harvest. When they have the harvest, then they'll let them out. That's when because that was the reason, and that was the reason why he had to leave and go to New York.
I remember when he left.
It said best that it was best that he get out of town and go somewhere. And it happened to my mother had sisters and brothers in New York, so he went there.
Wow.
That was the only reason.
Yes.
But it was behind that 59 Ford Fairlane.
All behind a car that he paid for himself and fixed up himself and took.
No, it was a brand new car.
Because he bought a brand new car. He
bought a brand new car.
All because he bought a brand new car with his own money.
With his own money.
Wow.
And that was, like I said, that was a really nice car that he had too. Sure was, and it just, because I can remember taking to school. I remember riding in it one time in Curtis School, proud of it. Hey, I was proud of it too.
Wow.
But then it just was gone.
Wow.
Gone just like it. And it was gone because of the fact that because they said that the police came down to the house and stuff. Excuse me for saying it this way, but I say it vernacularly. He said, nigga, what are you doing with this car? You don't supposed to have a car like this.
Wow.
And he got into a one-on-one with the police.
Wow.
And the police carried him to jail that day.
Wow.
And took the car.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
That like you said, in how can anybody argue this today? that thinks that this never happened. There are people out here, like with Unqualified said, there's people out here that think none of this stuff has ever happened.
It happened.
And it happened.
Yes.
Yeah.
It happened.
But-
Yes.
But you know what though? Larry Tree, you basically said something that kind of sparked a thought in my head when you mentioned about Trump being there and doing what he's doing, and this has to happen. See, this time around, you're right, it has to happen. But see, here's the thing: it's not for black folks. We already know. We already been through this. We already know how to handle this. What this is for white folks.
That's the reason why I said that a lot of people that I talk with about Trump. I says, don't worry about the things that Trump do, or do anything, because what he is doing, he don't know what he's doing. But the thing about it is that he's exposing all the white people for who they really are.
And he's also exposing our system. Our whole entire system, how broken it is.
And how broken it
See,
is.
the thing about this, we, black folks, we've already known this.
Yeah.
But now, see, this is the first time, and I'm talking like as America, this is the first time white folks actually feel terrified.
They're terrified of us.
They're actually now being affected by what we've been going through since we got here.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're being affected by the system.
So, like, again, the reason why Trump got into office currently is because, again, if you look at the pattern of presidencies that we have, right? Whenever you have a Democratic president, regardless of what you think of the person or not, they always implemented a lot of things that helped people in general. And then what happens is they get out of office because, like I said, the last two Democratic presidents that we had 2 terms back to back, right? So that's 8 years of fixing the country of what the previous president have done. By the time that's happened, people are living on cloud 9. People are like, and I'm not talking about black folks, I'm talking white folks. They're living on cloud 9. They have stuff. They're fine. Right? They're fine. So what happens is they look at all the bull crap.
Okay.
And they're rising about certain things that doesn't really affect them, but they feel that it affects them.
Okay.
So that's how you get, for example, Bush coming in, and then again, his cabinet, like, basically took out everything of what Clinton have done, and basically, for 8 years, people start to feel the hurt.
Right.
That's when Obama comes in. Now, when Obama comes in, he cleans up all of that. Cash for clunkers, all that. Like, he cleaned that up. By the time his 8 years was done, people were literally on the edge. Like, we were so close on getting universal health care. We were so close. And then what happened is racism in this country. White folks sat there and says, well, it was a black person. I can't believe a black person can leave this country. This can't happen. We gotta get Donald Trump in.
Yes.
Because he says the things that I like. He says the things that I like. No policies. He just says the things that I like. 2016, he says the things that I like. When I turned 30, I sat there and I'm sitting there, and that was the first time ever in my life that I realized that adults, that people that vote, aren't smart. That was the first time I actually realized that. And then only having, and it said, and to be honest, Trump, because of COVID, they knew that if Trump was to hop in 2020, this country would have been done.
Oh, yes.
Because of COVID.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
of COVID.
COVID was a variant.
Yeah.
So COVID
yes.
wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah.
COVID wasn't supposed to happen, but it happened. And the people that are in charge knew that. So what did they do? They throw in another Democratic president that try to fix things.
They knew how to navigate through this.
They know how to navigate through this because the reality of it is the U.S. was with Biden as president during COVID. we was the first country to bounce back.
Yes. We were the one that got the world back together.
We bounced back
Because
first.
everybody's watching us.
Yeah.
The world watches.
And then 2024 happens, and we're thinking, hey guys,
There's no way.
do you think that we make? And you know what? Though, to be honest, I think Biden would have won over Trump.
Oh yeah, I think he would have.
But the
I
country,
think he would have too.
But the country is too racist,
Yeah.
Yes.
and it was too extreme to have Kamala Harris run. And I mean, and think about it.
Yes,
So here's the thing,
exactly.
though. I'm not saying that she is very qualified to be president. I think if she was president right now, we would be way better off.
Way better off.
Sure would. Yeah.
Yeah.
Way better off.
I think
This
we've been way
country-
better off too.
But this country is not ready.
Yeah, and they're racist on the basis that because she's a woman.
She's a woman.
Exactly.
Sexist. Trump only won presidency over women because the
Yes.
country isn't ready for a woman president, let alone a black woman.
Not. They're not ready.
They're not ready. They weren't ready at all. And like you said, stipulation because again,
That's all
yeah,
because of racism.
that's all because of racism. And again, like when people don't understand and they sit there and go, well, how come the Democrat couldn't put somebody in? She's the vice president. When the president steps down, that's what the vice president does. The vice president takes the place.
Yeah, well, absolutely.
That's how.
Yes,
And that's again. And people don't know that people that vote don't even know the process.
No.
No, they don't.
No.
No, they don't.
Nobody understands the electoral. Which the electoral college should be abolished.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Oh,
It's
I know it.
It's no
Oh, wow.
longer. Everybody has internet now, so everybody knows all the delegates and who's, because that was the whole purpose of the electoral college to begin with, because it gave the rural areas an advantage.
I mean, not
Well,
it was
leverage. It gave equal ground, level ground. It
Level
gave them
ground.
level ground.
Yeah.
That's why the
Yeah.
electoral college was created.
Yeah.
But it's no longer needed because
don't
even
need it.
the rural areas have just as much
Just as much
information. They can get just as much access to information as anybody from the city.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not needed anymore. So why do we still have it?
That's right.
It's a
I
lot
know
of
it.
the yes, but
That's right.
but you know the reason why it's there is because of the fact that it benefits them.
Well, yes, yeah.
benefits them.
You know?
It benefits to know
It
that
benefits
the
them.
popular vote.
Yeah,
is
when
not,
I say them, and I'm talking about the races,
yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
benefits them.
yeah,
You know, and the races is the 1%.
Is the one.
The racist is the 1%. You know, so, yes, it benefits them. And so, you know, the thing about it is the distribution of power.
Yep.
That word power.
Yes. Power.
That's what they want. They're not looking. They don't care about anything else. They don't care about whether whether you can pay your insurances or premiums or anything. They couldn't care less.
yeah. And like I said, getting into the racism thing, like I said, the fascism and stuff. We know the ties to the Trump bloodline and the Vance bloodline to white nationalism and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
and it's just now we were just was just looking up something. The resurgence of the KKK is rebranding itself
Yep.
Yes.
Right. It is.
and calling themselves the Knights Party.
Yep.
Yes. Sure is.
The Knights Party. Now,
Yeah,
a party
the
is a political.
It's a political
Affiliation.
Affiliation.
And see, and that's what
And
they
that's
consider.
yeah.
That's what they consider making America great again. It's all about that. It's not about helping everybody out, not to help the country the way it should. But the KKK is, like you said, it's trying to make a rise again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And there's been, like I said, countless. There's been a few black political parties, but they've all been shut down.
Yeah. I was talking to Wanda, my younger sister, and her daughter is working down in Durham, right? She lives in Durham, right? So
She live in Cary, North Carolina,
yeah, it isn't
but
it,
it's down there near Raleigh and
Raleigh and
there,
Durham in that
Durham,
area,
yeah.
yeah. And she was telling me about that Sheila is going through some things right now because she's the one that this you know I think what they helps out groups of people, like I think what that needs money and the things like this, and they come to find out that a lot of the money that they use to give to help black people and things like this, for like for for medical and all this other stuff and things like this, that they all the money that they is going to white institutions.
Oh, you know
Yeah.
that's what they do.
And so she's right. She wrote against it, and now they are attacking her. She said, "Well,
Wow.
this money was supposed to be for these people, but they're using them for. They're using they're giving the money to. They're making sure that they're writing the money off to the University of North Carolina and all these other big schools, and everything else down there, And they said, and so she's having a kind because that's her job. Her job is to ensure that these organizations that that help black people,
Yes.
that they make sure that they get the monies that they're supposed to be getting to have their organization, and all of these things are getting shut down. And they're redirecting the money to places, man, that where it shouldn't be. How would University of North Carolina is supposed to get this money? Why not? North Carolina Central?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not Winston Salem State University?
A&T.
A&T.
Okay.
Or either Johnson C. Smith. Why isn't they not getting money like that? But they're not.
Wow.
That's right. That's right.
See, and all of this is based under Trump.
It is. And it seems like it's trying to do a lot of cutting to cut out some of the black colleges and stuff.
Wow.
That's what it seems like.
Yeah, but see, so these are the things but that is happening, and it's going to happen. And I will say, but I just keep saying over and over again, the thing of this, stand still. God tells you to stand still, and watch, and watch the salvation of the Lord. And the reason that is, and I'm saying that because of the fact that this is not our fight. For black people, it's not our fight. It's not our fight.
Okay.
Because we've been fighting for over 1,000 years. We were still fighting.
Yeah.
We've been fighting.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
We know how to fight because we're still here.
That's right.
Yeah, you look at all
Yeah.
you look at all that they said. We can date back to, like I said, over 1,000 years of attempted extinctions.
Yes.
Right, if you will.
That's right. Yeah.
And we're still
And we're
here.
still here. Yeah.
And we're still here. And the world is getting better. When you got almost over 80%, 80 to 90% of the world being people of color, something's wrong. I mean, something ain't right.
Yeah. Yeah. So would you say, like you said, when you say that we're, like you said, we've gone through, like you said, 1,000 years of turmoil, over 1,000.
Yes, over 1,000. Because you ain't feeling it. And the lie started after Jesus was crucified on the cross. That's when the lie started.
Yeah, so what they said we're talking over 1,000 years, right? 1,000 year history.
The lie
So-
started after he was crucified, and to this day the lie still exists.
Well, yeah, the lie still exists, and the person, and usually the person that's lying to you knows the truth, right?
Yeah.
So
There
they
you
still
go.
they still
That's
know
right.
it. They still know it. Yeah, I think what's happening is we have forgotten.
Yeah, I was watching a program, and it was talking about I think what was the name, Ramesses II,
Mm-hmm.
and he was a pharaoh in Egypt, and he was supposed to have been the well, most people think that Ramesses II was the pharaoh that was during the during the the Exodus
Exodus, yes.
of Moses.
Yes, yes.
Now they have this woman that was talking and said that she says that it never existed.
So what, the Exodus?
The Exodus
Never existed.
Never happened.
So
Never happened.
explain to our listener, or the people that are going to be listening to this, what the Exodus is.
The Exodus is when all of the slaves in Egypt came together and they left, where God was supposed to take them to the land of milk and honey,
Okay.
the promised land,
Yes.
and they all left.
So that they're saying
that
that didn't happen.
It never happened.
So what did they say
And
did
they
happen,
did-
according to them?
Now, according to them, they said that it never happened because of the fact that Ramesses II was not the pharaoh during the time of the Exodus.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I'm saying, well, wait a minute. So, but now they have found some temple that they found or something or another over there.
Okay.
And I think this not too long ago. And if you know what a cartouche is a signature of the pharaoh.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that he says there, but they found it under another name of a pharaoh.
Okay.
I think was after Ramesses II. And he said that he was saying to you, so he was the one that said that all of these things that was happening to about the I think it was the 12 plagues of Moses. I mean of God. He said they're saying that there's record of it, of these plagues. And so that's one thing about her. So, but this woman, she says that it never happened because of the fact that they said that Pharaoh, Ramesses, they said in the Bible that Ramesses was killed when the sea collapsed, when the Red Sea collapsed on him. He was drowned in the Red Sea. But now you read the Bible, and I say, well, people say anything. And the thing, a lot of times they say they quote a Bible thing and they quote it wrong because they misread it.
That's true.
And the thing is that they never said that the Pharaoh was drowned in the Red Sea. Pharaoh's army was drowned in the Red Sea.
Yeah.
Yes.
And my thing is that if you served in any military, the leader is never in front. The
That's
leader
right.
is always in the middle or in the back.
Gotcha.
Ramesses would not be. Yes, he would still be living.
Yes.
They said, well, why doesn't it? Well, the question is, why doesn't the story exist? Because he is a living Pharaoh. That would have been an embarrassment to him. He would never record that people left.
Yeah.
That all the slaves left.
Got you.
He would never say that.
Huh. So, like I said, so correlating this with the whole Trump Pharaoh thing, which is why he's trying
Absolutely.
to recant all of our black history
Absolutely.
of resilience
Yeah.
and perseverance.
Yeah. If it don't exist, you know that you become more than a statistics because you won't exist.
Because you
That's,
won't exist.
that's right.
History only
And that's what I'm trying to do, make it not exist.
makes us exist. History makes us exist.
Yes.
Yep.
If it's not known or ever known or anything, that's the reason why Virginia history had to lie.
Yes. Because then it wouldn't exist. If
It would not exist.
if they didn't.
That's right. Yeah.
The only reason why it exists the way that it is because we are here. How can you explain it in any other way?
All right. Yeah. So what you're saying is, would you agree, like in theory, would you say that we are the lost tribe?
We are the lost tribe. And they don't understand that we're God blessed.
Oh, yeah.
We're God blessed. They don't care. We talk. Well, you got people. Yes, you gonna have people you gonna have people that's gonna be outside of God, whether they believe or not. That whatever it is going to be, God understands that. Mm-hmm. But if it just like the Word of God says, 11. If you're gonna leaven the whole loaf.
Okay.
In other words, if the bread is going to rise, the whole thing is going to.
The whole thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Everything that's in it.
Okay. All right.
Everything is going to rise.
Yeah.
And we're at that point now. We at that venue right now. That's the reason why we have to be educated to a lot of the things that's happening.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Stop being so negative about things, or either man. When it comes time to vote, vote.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Exercise it, right?
Exercise that right.
That's right. Yeah.
Make a decision. Yeah.
Yeah.
Vote. Well, I don't know who to vote for. Get to know who it is.
Get to know. Yeah. Get to know, right? Get to know. Right? Yeah. I'm with you on that. Get to know. Get to know. Get to know who. It don't take that much. We all have access to these things called phones, right? Right in our heads.
And I said we have a veterans ministry, and you wouldn't believe the number of veterans that go along from day to day to day to day. They never know that the help that they need, they're not getting.
Well, I know that's sad too.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah. Wow.
That is so true.
We helped this man. We helped this man.
VA, right?
Yeah, we helped this man because he was a World War II vet. He's still living today. Only one.
Yeah, because it's not too many World War II vets that are still here.
He's still here, and plus he was a Mumford Marine.
Oh wow! Okay.
And he was getting. I think he was telling me one day. He said he was only getting something like 60%.
Oh wow!
Veteran. I said, man, wait a minute. You're a World War II vet?
Yeah.
No. And here it is. White people has been getting it all the time.
Wow.
There's white people that's been getting. I can contest that.
Yeah.
When I went down to the VA hospital, and I went in there and they denied me.
Wow.
I said, why? Because of the amount of money that I make a year. What has that got to do with me being a veteran?
Being a veteran, yeah. I thought all veterans, if you serve, you did your time, and we will always take care of you, Lieutenant. We'll always take care of you, but you have to use your own insurance. That means no. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Well, I'm paying for that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, see, but see, these are the things that you. But see, the racism is there too.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Always have been there, and it still will be there.
Wow.
It always will. It sure will.
As long as it's there. But the thing about it is that you, the whole thing it comes down to is that we are fighting a system,
Yeah.
systematic
Yes.
racism. And if it's systematic racism, is the very difficult and very hard thing to get rid of.
Yeah. But well, no, in order to fight the system, you need full participation.
You need full participation
from everybody.
and,
Yeah.
and from everybody, and you have to. And I'm not just talking about black folks. I'm talking about
Oh no! Well,
white
system,
people as
well,
well.
the system right now,
Yeah.
like you said, you have a strong amount of white people now that are feeling the effects
You
of
do.
the system.
Yes.
Yes.
Sure is.
Like I said, I just talked about there's a new they did a new study of not study but a new report that says, like I said, with the new cars, the average new car now is around $800 a month.
Yes.
Good gracious.
And for while the average payment for a used car is up to almost $530 a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that's just
true.
not a system effect that just affects one person or one type of one group. It affects
Sure
everybody.
It affects everybody.
The question is, as a whole, where is white folks going to?
But as a whole, like I said, they have to up and realize, right? Eventually,
Well, you heard what recently
because like you said, because we as much as the entire world, and I say this, the entire world has a disdain collectively for the black individual,
Yeah.
but yet we are so caring and compassionate and empathetic to the world. Still, there's still countless things of black people being, like I said, mistreated and things like that, but still showing compassion and empathy to the people that did them wrong.
That's right. Yeah.
But I think that empathy is innate. It's innate. It's God given.
Absolutely. Yes.
But when will white folks, like I said, that's pretty much who the system is waiting. It's waiting on them to realize
Yeah.
it. It's waiting on them to realize it as a whole.
Where it is, I mean, that
And
what
come
is
over.
happening is not working. It never has.
And it never will work.
It's just like beating a dead horse.
Yeah. No, it is.
The horse is dead, but then you want to get up and run.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a very tough. It's a very tough.
Now, but the thing of it is, the reason why I say that is the fight right now is not for us. The reason why I say that it is because, just like I said, we have been fighting for thousands of years.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We know how to fight,
Oh yeah.
you know.
And they're trying. They're trying to get us involved in these things.
Oh yeah.
You could see certain things that they do. They try to get us involved into it, but it's up to us to not participate in these things. You know,
That's
they
right.
continue to move
You're right.
forward, and like you said, continue to
I'm
walk.
gonna give you another good example too. You remember back not maybe a month or two ago when they had the black admiral that was in front
Yes.
of the I think was it the Atlantic Fleet or what? No, not the Atlantic Fleet. It was the fleet the fleet that does the South America and places like that.
Panama and stuff.
Yeah, Panama and all that. And Trump wanted him to annihilate these boats that was coming out of
Alvin Hosley,
yes.
Admiral, Navy,
And
right?
he said, you can't make me do something to kill people like this, man, this is a war crime, that you want me to do.
Actually, he retires. He officially retires at the end of this month.
Yeah, he left because of that reason. He said, "Hey, I will not stand here and do this because you're asking me to kill people unknowingly." Well, see, first of all, the military, if you serve in the military, the first thing you're taught to kill. But you are taught to kill the enemy. Who is the enemy?
Yeah.
So he figured out, there was no enemy. Mm-hmm. So why would I kill somebody and you would tell, well, they might be your enemy, not mine. I can't do that. So he refused to do it. So Trump got rid of it.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Trump got rid of it.
Sure did.
So like I said, it says it. Like I said, it's right here. It's a direct source. Black Admiral Alvin Hosley, head of the U.S. Southern Command, unexpectedly retired December of this year.
Right.
Actually, a couple weeks ago, after clashing with Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, who's not qualified to do
anything.
Over controversial strikes on suspected drug boats off Venezuela.
Yeah. But they got an idiot to do it.
Yeah.
And now look what he's at.
Well, that guy's going to end up, whoever that was, whoever they got to do it, he's going to end up.
No, he's already saying, he said, man, what did they get me to do?
Yeah, so now he's going to pay for that.
He's going to pay for that.
Whoever that guy is. Whoever that guy.
The black guy was smart enough to see it.
Yeah, he see it and got out. Yeah, so he got out.
He got out. I don't have nothing to do with it.
This is not my fight.
This is not my fight. That's my example. This is the way we have to do it as well. This is not our fight. We get involved in that, you're going to get messed up.
So it's up to us to recognize it.
Listen, during the time when we were growing up, we survived.
Yep, sure did.
We survived.
Mm-hmm.
And everything else, the number of guys that we knew that went to Vietnam that didn't come back home.
That's right, sure was.
Yeah.
Sure was. I knew a lot of them that went to Vietnam and didn't come back. And it ranged from the age at the time, like 18 years old.
Yeah, 18 to 22.
Our brother, he was 22.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow.
And just like Butch and Lenny.
Mm-hmm.
You never knew Lenny, his brother.
Okay. Yeah.
But the thing about it is, all of those guys, they came back scarred. Yeah. Things just wasn't right. And even me, I didn't serve in no war or anything like that, but what I served in was just as bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you had to go through a lot of racism stuff too, didn't you?
Races in everything, the way you looked at everything was always racist.
Mm-hmm. I know.
To go through things.
Wow.
You constantly fighting.
It's a constant fight.
It's a constant
battle. It's a
Even when
constant
you're
battle.
fighting for the country.
You're fighting for yourself, and then you gotta fight them too.
That's right. Yeah.
So like I said, so the thing is, when is enough enough?
When is enough enough?
And like,
thank you. Yes.
When it comes down to racist people, and like talk about the person, not the system. System is built on racism. When you talk about the individual person, the only time they get it is when it happens to them because they lack empathy.
Absolutely.
They lack empathy.
And that's the reason why I say you have to stand.
Yeah.
You have to stand and just like I said, you have to stand to see the salvation of the Lord. The Lord is working.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
things that is happening now, the Lord is working. He's working. You can see it.
You can.
You
Yeah.
can feel it.
Yeah.
And and if the Lord is working to do anything, don't get into it. My arms are too short to box with him. So I stand back and go, oh, wait, let me see, wait
Yeah.
here. What is going? Because the reason why I say that is because I was in it. And I say I'm not in it because I choose now to stand back and watch.
Yeah.
Now, yes, you're going to suffer. But the suffering is not real because you know what the suffering is. Because how many times have we been suffering in our lives, all our lives?
All our lives, and so
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah. So one of the things you would say is, like you said, this is not our fight. So we just, like I said, we just continue to move forward,
Move forward.
continue to walk, right? And for the next 3 years, you know, or so.
Yeah, and things are going to get bad.
It is.
Things are
Stay
going
in
to get
prayers.
bad. But the thing about it is, this is something that don't worry about it.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's a lot of people that panic over this.
Yeah, a lot of people are panicking
Yeah.
already, and I hear a lot. I hear a lot of white people are panicking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Because again, to them it's the modern age Great Depression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the modern age Great Depression. That's basically what it is. When you look back
It
at
is.
the Great Depression,
Yes.
they're looking at it from the white perspective of how people were jumping out windows. But black people during the Great Depression was thriving because our
yeah.
money weren't in the
That's
bank.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like you said,
Yeah.
because you could probably, like I said, you know, like you said, during the Great Depression,
Yeah.
1930s, black people weren't allowed to put their money in banks.
Right.
That's right. Sure was.
Which is why black people in the 1930s actually kept the Cadillac business, the Cadillac company, in business.
Business.
Uh-huh.
Because they were the only ones. Because black people we were the only ones that could afford to buy cars,
because they
cash.
had their own money.
because we had our own money and paid cash.
That's right.
And then what happened? What happened a little bit after that? Racism got hold. They go, white folks looking at black. How are they surviving and we're not?
Yeah, how are they surviving and we're not?
You know what?
I don't like that.
Let's burn down their cities.
Let's burn down all of their stuff.
Let's burn down
Oh,
all
I
their stuff.
know it. Yeah. I know it.
The difference back then versus now,
Yes.
though, is back then they weren't hurting as much as they're doing now. Now everybody's
Everybody.
hurting, but we already know how to deal with this.
Yeah, we know how to deal with the hurt.
That's why it's not our fight. That's why we sit back and just let it play out.
That's right.
The Trump regime had to happen. It had to happen. Basically this whole system has to be Phoenix.
Yeah.
It has to be Phoenix.
It got to burn down and reborn.
There you go. Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
That'd be the Phoenix. That's it.
Anytime I'm having a conversation about, it feels like every 4 years I have this same conversation with these group of people, and the first question I ask them is, "What do you want out of this?" And they can't tell you. See, I can tell you what I would like out of our system. I would love a universal health care. I don't care if I benefit from it or not. It's the fact that other people can benefit from it. Because I have empathy. If somebody else can benefit from that, that means I can at one point too. I don't mind my money going to help somebody.
Yeah.
But then when you have people going, universal is not going to work. What do you mean it's not going to work? Why wouldn't it work?
Yeah.
And they see they don't want to say it because they know
They know.
Yeah.
They don't
know
really.
they know what they're thinking is messed up.
Yeah.
And I want them to say
Yeah.
I want them to say it out loud. I want them to say, and this is what Trump does. This is what Trump does. Trump says what they thinking. And he says out loud, and the whole world now hears it and goes, that's stupid.
I'll give you another example. Just like I use myself, the best example is me. Like when I just got through with the cancer treatments and things like this, and the thing about it is that when after it was all done and everything like this, and the bills start coming in, $87,000.
Yep.
$87,000. What person can pay that kind of money?
Not many.
Straight out.
No regular person.
No regular person.
No regular person.
Or you're taking medication. The medication that you're taking is over $1,000.
Yes, that's the way it is.
Yeah, he said what?
You see, you have to have some kind of way. But why is it that way in the first place?
Why is it that way in the first place? Yeah, why is it
And why are we?
Why is it that way in the first place?
Yeah.
That we have to pay this kind of money for. But you cause the fact that they, it's because of the drug industry, The drug industry charges us more than they charge the people in other countries.
Yeah.
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 Why? Why is it that way?
It's the same medicine.
Same medicine.
It's the same medicine.
Yeah, same medication.
So, I tell you what I do. I'm going to go to Canada and get it. Now, they said, no, you go to Canada, you're going to go to jail.
Yeah. I know it, yeah.
And now they're trying to trap you in. Yeah.
Now they're trying to trap you in.
Yeah, they're trying to cut that one out, yeah.
See, again,
but you see where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh. But see, that's why I said these things are because that $1,000 that you pay for that pill that you're taking, that $1,000, some politician is getting 75 to 80% of that.
They are, yes.
Yeah.
And the crazy part about it,
that's the person you voted for.
That's right, sure is. That is.
Yeah.
But that's the one who's getting it all.
But they'll throw it on it's the drug industry.
No.
Doing it. But drug industry said, well, look, we got a standard already set price that we have for each pill that we make.
Yeah, it's all criminal.
It's the people that we vote for. That's the reason why I say your power that you have is in your vote.
But again,
yeah.
Know the people that you're voting for.
Yes,
That's right.
That's
yeah.
You gotta know. It's crazy because this. I don't know if you heard this recently though, but in South Korea, they just had a huge boycott.
Yeah.
Because of their leader, they didn't like the majority of people did not like the leadership and what they was going through. So you know what they did as a whole, and this is including companies as well. They withheld. They said we're not buying anything, we're not producing anything until that person is out. We can't do that. The reason why we can't do that here is because you got these same people who vote against themselves because they don't like a certain demographic of people.
Thank you.
That's why we can't do that here.
Well, I tell you what they always tell me. They always say to me. They says, if you where do you think you're going when you die? And I said, I'm going to heaven. They say, why? They say, well, why you think that? I said, because I'm living in hell now.
Well, that's what the saying is, hell on earth, ain't it?
I'm living in hell now, so why do you think I ain't got no other place to go but heaven? But see, but these are things. But you have to plant your feet you have to plant your feet and let the roots grow, and so that when the storm do come, that you can, when you bend with the storm.
Yes. And right now we're in the storm.
You in the storm?
Yeah, we are.
Store.
I used to say a lot of that. I said, I mean, Bruce, like when Bruce and Jaden was, just with teenagers getting ready to come. I said, man, I wouldn't want to be you guys because you guys are gonna be living in hell by the time I didn't know that I would be in hell with them. They going through the same crap I'm going through, man. I said, my gosh.
Yeah. But like you said,
Times is changing.
Yeah. But like you said, the more you think they change, it's actually the more it actually stays the same,
Absolutely.
right? It's just presented differently.
Yeah.
That's right. Yep.
Just the presentation's different. But like you said,
Yeah.
but if you're open enough, you can see it. If you're open enough, you'll see it. You see it come around, a second time right here.
So who won that game?
We did. Eagles did win.
Eagles?
Yeah, Eagles did win that game. But to close it out,
Yep.
like I said, it was good. It was a really good. That was a really good talk. To close this out,
Yeah.
Unqualified. You got anything that you want to close out on?
Well, like you said, if you like playing video games or like video game content, you can follow me on TikTok by the same name, Unqualified Gamer. But also, I always like to do the finishing message by saying, visit your local library, learn more facts. They have a lot of free stuff there because, hey, you pay into it, you might as well use it. Media, CDs, even video games. But most importantly, check out a book, any book. Start reading.
All right. Yeah.
And for me, I'm gonna say that everything. Hey, sister, it was very great having you with us, and we want you with us a lot more too.
I want to be with y'all a lot more. I'm learning.
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot as
Oh,
I
yeah.
go along with you.
Auntie, yeah.
Really enjoyed it. So yes,
Auntie, I'm glad you enjoyed it, and we enjoy having you on here. But Auntie, you got anything you want to close out on?
I just want to say that I love you guys, and I'm just happy that you all have included me in with everything, because I'm learning along with it. I'm learning a lot of stuff my own self.
Oh no, yeah, we love it. We love having you on here, and we love your insight. We love the stories. We love the oration. And it's good. It's good history.
It is.
It's good.
It
It's good
is.
to know the true history.
Yeah.
And plus the origins of where we come from. So it's
That's
always
right,
it's
yes.
always good to know that stuff. All right, Righteous Dad, you got anything you want to close out on?
Yes. Only thing that I can say to you until we next time there, that we keep a focus on God. That Jesus Christ.
Amen.
He said
Yes.
He is the way. He is the way. And
Yes.
the thing about it is that just like I said, you stand and see the salvation of the Lord. That's what I keep saying. That's my word for the day. And the word for until we ever just stand.
Okay. All right.
And and be vigilant about things. Know things. Yes, that's the most important thing. Know things.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way that you can know it, you have to read it, talk about
Yes.
it, and you have to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
That's good. No, yeah. So, like you said, I'm going to close it out with, like you said, we talked about all of the hardships and the triumphs and tribulations and everything like that. But the going through the storms and things like that. But the one thing that we do know there's always salvation at the end.
Yes.
Yes.
Always.
Yes.
So that's always the end goal, is to always know that no matter how much stuff we're going through, there's always going to be the salvation at the end of all of this. So just keep that in mind. Like I said, the shenanigator himself, like I said, Learning Tree from Unqualified Gamer from Righteous Dad, right, to Auntie Sue. Like I said, we thank you all for listening. And we do plan on doing more of these in the near future, so please look out for it.
Yes, and God bless you all.
Yep, and thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for being with us.
All right.
Yes, happy to be.
Yep, this is the Absolute Zero Podcast signing out. Thank you.